All right, big spot here for the former undisputed UFC middleweight champion, Israel Adesanya, and he's not too emotionally attached to a lot of these results. I expect a big effort out of him here tonight.
You know, John, I love that you teed it up that way, because I was just thinking that for a guy that seemed to be on a rocket ship to the moon, becoming a middleweight champion, he handles adversity as well as anyone I've ever seen. When he lost to Jan Blachowicz, when he tried to become double champion, still even keel. When he lost his championship, even keel. I believe that ability will allow for him to work his way back to a championship opportunity, where I expect him to be very competitive and possibly earn himself the belt back.
And skill for skill, there are a lot of people that still believe he's the best middleweight in the world. A lot of the elite 185-pounders believe that Izzy and not necessarily Pereira represent the toughest matchup for them. We'll see how Adesanya fares in this critical matchup here tonight. All right, so here's Michael Venom Page, shiny pro record, more than 20 wins, just a couple of pro losses. This man is exceedingly hard to put away. He's made a career of putting the opposition away. This was one of the more highly touted free agents in all of mixed martial arts. We were very happy to have Michael Venom Page here in the UFC, but no rest for the weary, right? You knew that when they signed MVP, and if they were able to do so, they were going to be giving him tough challenges right out of the chute. And that is precisely what is in front of Michael Venom Page here tonight. But a lot of people believe, even though MVP did not sign with the UFC until his late 30s, there is still plenty of fight left in this dome. All right, with that, both fighters have now graced the Octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Israel, the lifestyle bender, Adesanya. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC welterweight champion of the world, Michael Venom Page.
All right, Herb Dean, our referee for this one, just about to get underway. All right, always interesting to see the early portions of an Israel Adesanya fight. You know how electric a striker this is. You know how proud New Zealand is to have him as a Kiwi in the UFC. But a lot of fighters are going to try to take him down and punish him on the ground. Not a lot of fighters are going to have success with that. Let's see how the opposition chooses to attack Adesanya here tonight. Wow, huge head kick. All right, so a little bit of a pedestrian start to this fight, about a minute in. Not much action on either side. Is that a feeling out process? What do you see?
John, you just woke me up. It's boring in here. Come on, get to work. Press the button. All those buttons. Bang on them and start creating some action. What a kick. That one lands.
Oh, and he lands another combination here, really starting to get into a striking groove.
I mean, it's stringing them together so effectively. Never throwing the same attack more than once. What a job to recognize all the openings in his opponent's defenses.
Under 3 minutes to go in round one.
Oh, nice body shot.
Nice crack there.
Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
Looked like that body kick got home. Well, that body kick was there earlier, not there on that attempt. And that one certainly found the target. Let him go. Time to let those hands go. So just over 20 total strikes have now landed for the last style bender, Israel Adesanya.
Beautiful leg kick lands.
Under a minute to go in our opening round.
Fighter lands a nasty kick.
Right there, his opponent's wobble champ.
He's hurt bad. He cannot take another shot like that.
Final seconds of round one. Round two straight ahead.
Okay. Listen up. You've been here before, all right? That was nothing. You're going to go out there, just stay on the outside, and take your time.
All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, really.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Second round underway. All right, so as this next round gets underway, hopefully the good action we saw in the last round will continue. Both fighters certainly had their ups and downs, both got the offense going, but now we'll see if one fighter or the other can really take control of what has been a very close fight thus far. And just inches away from landing one of those big right hands. Well, that's one way to upset the equilibrium. Nice high kick.
Big kick lands.
Well, you're not winning a fight necessarily when you're controlling the center of the octagon, but that's what he's trying to do, keep his opponent on the outside, and he has done just that.
He has done a fantastic job of doing that because he's setting traps. As his opponent steps left, he just steps to the left. As his opponent goes right, he goes right. He does not follow. He cuts him off.
Oh, he is hurting for certain. Missed with that attempt. Heavy leather landed on both sides in that exchange. Trying to hammer that lead leg. Well, when you see Adesanya work on the feet, it's no wonder he's drawn comparisons to the great.
Both unwilling to take a step backwards. What a phenomenal fight. And this is a great fight. These guys are just letting it all hang out.
Well, his corner was pretty urgent after round one. A little bit lackluster there in that opening round. He has certainly picked up the pace here, and as a result, he has taken control of this second round. Well, his opponent seemed to be stunned to a significant extent and was able to recover, and it's almost like he let him off the hook a little bit.
Kind of let him off the hook. He needed to really put his foot on the gas to try to find that finish.
His opponent's chin held up.
His opponent's chin held up, but you do not want to be on the receiving end of those types of strikes.
All right, well, you can see in plain sight here, his leg is hurt, starting to limp a little bit.
Yeah, you're starting to see him limping. I mean, you take so many leg kicks, you're gonna limp. It's natural. You gotta check these kicks right now, or that's gonna happen.
All right, that's the end of round number 2. All right, there's the horn indicating the end of the round. So the fighter now with a cut on his lip. That is something he's going to have to deal with. You see the cut man not wasting any time getting in there. We'll see if he can shut that thing and prevent it from being a factor for him moving forward. All right, so Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Alistair Overeem. It is not. But let us look back at some of the replays from that round, because there's a cut on the lip now that he's got to deal with.
Long as I never got to see nothing like that again in my entire life, I'm okay calling fights. And this cut is not that. But it was the perfect shot that landed in the right spot that opened up that cut on the lip.
All right, so we will see if the cut man can do anything about that, and for the fighter, try to raise his guard and be more sound defensively in this next round. Lands a nice jab there. There's the leg kick, that one checked by Adesanya. Oh, he lands another strike to the body here, really starting to connect on a lot of strikes to the midsection here in the latter stages of this fight. Went for the inside leg kick. Now going upstairs with the left hook. Well, confidence is high. I repeat, confidence is high. And I got to think when you knock a fighter down in the previous round. Oh! And back to his feet. That's over the top, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Beautiful level change. Make him think you're going low, and you come right over the top with that beautiful overhand. Great punch.
Look for him to throw that overhand here again. Adesanya's shot is blocked. Well, no denying the durability on the other side, but at this point, you just got to find that kill shot and get him out of there.
A lot of times that comes with reps, that comes with taking your time. You get excited, and you want to finish it because you think it's right there, but at times you just overswing and you miss a lot. He needs to slow down if he wants to get his opponent out of this fight.
With 2 minutes and change to go in round 3. Oh, super. That's a huge shot right there, DC. You don't want to eat too many more of those.
No, and he needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Oh, huge ground strikes. Well, these are some excellent ground and pound strikes here, DC. There's an efficiency with which he operates in these situations.
He knows exactly when to throw, exactly when to hold, and it's allowing him to really control the grappling aspect of the fight.
There's a song there, right? Know when to hold him, know when to fold him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Under a minute now to go.
That was a solid punch.
Straight right hand now, just misses. All right, so now we start to see some bruising appearing on the torso, and all of that courtesy of the body work of his opponent.
Just the wherewithal to go to the body and the discipline to stay with that approach. I mean, it's just tremendous. You see a fighter with a high fight IQ following a game plan, and it's working.
Well, you don't see that every day. What a round it was. Knockdowns on both sides, DC. Very entertaining fight thus far.
And big knockdowns. Knockdowns that looked like they were going to finish the fight. Everybody else in the back, it's fine. Don't worry about it. The $50,000 check has already been cashed by these two fighters. You've had your fight of the night.
All right, let's get you a replay from that previous round. It was the big knockdown courtesy of that kick that nearly closed the show for good.
It almost closed the show, but nothing's more discouraging than when you get somebody hurt that bad and you don't shut the door. He has to go back to work now, knowing that he's got about as tough a guy as he's ever had in front of him in the Octagon tonight.
Ready.
Fourth round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go. You can feel the tension. Fourth round is underway. Oh, huge right hand! Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submission.
All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Adesanya. By working out of side control here, his opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here.
All these actions, though, these big actions got to wear on the gas tank of both guys.
3 minutes to go. Went for the inside leg kick. Oh, is that a huge strike right there? I'm not sure how many more of these his opponent can take.
Massive shot. Great job.
Gets back to his feet. Oh! That is it! Oh! Woo! I mean, you gotta be kidding me with that knockout. If that is not the #1 play on SportsCenter tonight, I'm not sure what would top it. One of the best knockouts we've seen all year.
In a very long time. I have not seen someone look this good. He promised us something, and he delivered with that beautiful knockout.
All right, the official decision is in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 43 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya.
All right, so the clean knockout for Israel Adesanya tonight. The last style bender, not forcing the issue as usual, but it is a pretty thing when he puts somebody away.
Well, if you press Israel Adesanya, he will put you to sleep. Once again, he proves